Fatima, just like every morning, walked into the kids' room. As she pulled the curtains aside, she said, "Kids, wake up. It's morning. Breakfast is ready." Asad quickly sat up and stretched. "Good morning, Fatima," he said. But Muhammad still hadn't woken up. Fatima walked closer. "Muhammad, my son, don't you want to go to school?" But still, no reaction. Fatima, now growing worried, whispered, "Muhammad, sweetheart, are you okay?" She pulled the blanket back. "Oh my God, you're burning up!" Muhammad was burning with a very high fever and wasn't conscious at all. Hearing Fatima's voice, Asad jumped out of bed. "Fatima, what happened?" Fatima panicked, gently shook Muhammad. "Muhammad! Muhammad!" Asad placed his hand on Muhammad's forehead and realized how high his fever was. The two looked at each other with deep worry. Fatima tried to stay calm and not show her fear. She turned to Asad and said, "Don't worry, sweetheart. Muhammad can't go to school today. We need to bring a doctor. Please get ready and go to school. I'll try to cool him down and keep his fever under control." Asad said, "Fatima, I should stay home and help you, or I can stay with Muhammad and you can go get a doctor." Fatima shook her head. "No, sweetheart, just come home quickly at noon. Then I'll go to the address your father left us for emergencies and bring a doctor. Take care of yourself and don't misbehave. I'll be waiting for you. Please don't make me worry more." While getting ready, Asad checked on Muhammad several times. He tried talking to him, but Muhammad was far too sick to respond. Before leaving, Asad said, "Please take good care of him, Fatima. I'm really scared. If something happens to him, I'll never forgive myself." Fatima hugged him. "Don't worry, sweetheart. I've raised all the kids in your family. I know what to do. The doctor will come today and he will get better soon. I promise." Asad left, but he was terribly worried. His stomach hurt from stress. He got to school quickly. He wanted to talk to someone, anyone. As soon as he stepped into class, he saw Natasha. Natasha, surprised to see Asad alone, walked up and said, "Hi, Asad. Is something wrong? You don't look well. Where's Muhammad?" "A terrible thing happened, Natasha. Muhammad is sick. He had a very high fever this morning. He couldn't understand anything I said. He's really sick. I don't know what to do. The truth is, we live here without our families. Our families are in the village, and only Fatima is with us. A doctor has to see Muhammad." Hearing this, Natasha became very upset. "Don't worry, Asad. My father is a doctor. When the driver comes at noon to pick me up, we'll go to his clinic together. It's not very far. And after that, we'll go to your house with my father. I just hope your house isn't too far so we can get there quickly." Asad's face lit up with hope. No, not at all. Our house is very close to the school." "That's great," Natasha said. "I'm sure he'll get better soon. Don't worry." That entire day, Asad couldn't focus. The teacher asked about Muhammad's absence. Time passed painfully slowly. Finally, the bell rang. Natasha signaled to Asad, "Let's go." The driver was waiting like always. The kids got in and Natasha told him, "Take us to my father's clinic." "Yes, miss," the driver replied. The distance wasn't long, but to Asad, it felt endless. They soon arrived at Dr. Gur's clinic. "Come with me," Natasha said. They entered and Natasha quickly told the receptionist, "I need to see my father right away." And without waiting for an answer, she pushed open her father's office door. Asad took off his hat and they both greeted the doctor. Dr. Gur, who was talking to a patient, looked up in surprise. Natasha, darling, what are you doing here? Father, she said, my classmate Asad's cousin is sick. He has a very high fever and they're living alone without their families. We're really worried. Dr. Gur was a tall, thin, dark-skinned man with a calm, kind face. I understand, darling. We'll go see your friend. He turned to the elderly patient and said, You understood my instructions, correct? Yes, doctor, she replied. Good. Please take your medicines, and I'll see you again in a month. The doctor stood up, grabbed his bag, and hurried out with the children. Meanwhile, Fatima was nearly losing her mind with worry. She was anxious about Muhammad, and now about Asad too. I told him to come straight home. Why isn't he here yet? How can I leave Muhammad alone? Dear God, help me. She paced the room in distress. Then she heard a car stop in front of the house. Looking through the window, she saw Asad getting out along with a little girl and a tall man. She rushed to the door happily. Asad ran in first. Hi, Fatima. Pointing to Natasha, he said, This is Natasha. She's our classmate, and this is Dr. Gur, her father. Fatima, unable to hide her relief, welcomed them warmly and pointed toward the kids' room. Muhammad is in here. Muhammad was still feverish and weak in bed. The doctor examined him, then immediately gave him an injection. He took out some medicine and handed it to Fatima, carefully explaining how and when to use each one. Fatima thanked him with a grateful smile. Natasha sat by Muhammad's bed for a few seconds, held his small, limp hand and whispered, You'll get better soon, Muhammad. The doctor turned to Fatima. I'll check on him again later. There is nothing to worry about. He'll get much better soon. Make sure he eats something boiled and mild, preferably a nutritious soup. Yes, doctor, of course, Fatima replied. The doctor looked at Natasha. Let's go, darling. Yes, father, she said, and they left after saying goodbye. Fatima hugged Asad joyfully. Oh, Asad, you're a hero, and your friend is an angel. Thank God, thank God. Muhammad was still feverish, and neither Fatima or Asad left his side for even a moment. Fatima said, I'll stay awake beside him all night. Come eat your dinner, and you should sleep early too. You've had a very hard day, my boy. Asad didn't want to leave Muhammad's side. He held Muhammad's hand to say goodnight when he suddenly heard a faint whisper, Mother. Tears welled in Asad's eyes. He knew how much Muhammad suffered from being away from his mother. He knew how hard Muhammad tried to act grown up. Asad leaned close to his ear and whispered, I miss my mother too. And a tear rolled down his cheek. He finally got up, prayed for Muhammad's recovery, thanked God for Natasha and her father, and went to bed. Early the next morning, Asad opened his eyes and immediately looked at Muhammad's bed. Muhammad's eyes were open. Asad jumped out of bed and ran to him. You scared us to death. How do you feel? Better? Muhammad gave a weak smile. Yeah, I'm okay. Then, despite his exhaustion, he added, Asad, wait. I need to get ready. I have to go to school. I don't want to fall behind. No way, Asad said. You need to rest. The doctor said you can't go. Natasha and I will help you catch up. By the way, Natasha's father came here yesterday and treated you. He's a really good doctor. Muhammad looked surprised. Okay, I'll rest. Please thank Natasha for me. I will. Asad smiled. Now that you're a bit better, I can go to school without worrying. Fatima entered with a glass of hot milk. Muhammad, sweetheart, sit up and drink this. Then breakfast, and then your medicine. If you want to go back to school, you have to get better quickly. I'm sure your friends already miss you. My friends? I miss them too, Muhammad said.